This is Dianne Applewhite going live 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes top. It is 6 o'clock p.m. and I'm going live. Here I am going live for, I think it's the fifth time, y'all. Did a live last week about fruitcake. Now I am here the following week, same time about, to give an update on fruitcakes. I am live, y'all. Okay. Pulling up a seat. You do the same. It's a busy time of the year, so I will not take up much of your time. I am just going live, y'all, to give an update. I'm going to wait about 5 minutes. I don't think any notifications went out. I did check to make certain that my live, the chat, you can chat back and forth, and I hope you do. If you stop by, y'all, make sure to let me know that that chat feature is working. It was working pretty well last week, y'all. Thank you so much for the comments and everyone that stopped by, y'all. And I really had fun doing that live. You know, I do not talk a lot in my cooking videos, and I'm not big at all on doing lives. But this time, y'all, I was kind of compelled because my curiosity with the fruitcake. Yes, indeedy. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit, maybe not, and just hope that you like it on the replay. I hope I get a lot of replays, because I am as live going as I can be on this Friday night. Ooh, some crazy gamer. I don't even know what that is, but I don't know. Anyway, so, oh, good evening, Jim. Good evening. It's winter outside, but snowing. Oh, come on now. You know what? The universe, YouTube universe, is just too big, y'all, for me to be paying attention to things I typically do not pay attention to. But the things that I can pay attention to, the positive, y'all, that's what I am going to be paying attention on tonight, y'all, as I am live for the fifth time to bring an update, y'all. It is the season for fruitcakes, and you either love them or you hate them. And in my last video, I showed where I was in this jar right here. I filled it up with my dry fruit mix, and then I poured what's now an empty bottle of rum, covered it all the way to the top, and soaked my dry fruit. And last week when I did that, y'all, I hadn't decided if I was going to actually use that my soaked fruit in my next video, because I was kind of going back and forth about, do I make a video with the rum or not. So what happened is I soaked it for about a day, 2 days as a matter of fact. And then come Sunday, I was like, why not just do a test run with the alcohol to kind of really know if you want to make a video making a fruitcake with alcohol, yeah. Because, I know that's what people do. They put alcohol in they soak it in alcohol. They soak it in rum, whiskey, orange juice, wine, all sorts of things. They soak the dried fruit. So in my venture to make my very first fruitcake ever, considering I do not like fruitcake, and at one point growing up, I found it offensive for someone to even give me a fruitcake. And that's what I said on the video last week. But anyway, y'all, let me see. Happy, happy, happy. Oh man, sounds good. What is the time for you? The time here is 6. I think it's after 6, maybe 6:05 now. Uh, in the Midwest, y'all, and it is cold. It is so cold outside, so cold outside. Even though I am not really a drinker, I tell you, just a little bit of whatever was left in this bottle would, definitely do the trick on this really, really cold, cold, cold night here where I am in the Midwest. So let's get back to the this fruitcake. Cause here's the thing: I'm only gonna it can't be any more than 30 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna just run out of things to say, or maybe not in 30 minutes. But I want to keep this live under 30 minutes. But what I end up doing with that soaked dry fruit, y'all. And here's the thing: if you like fruitcake, let me know. I want to know your experience with fruitcake. Period. You got any ideas about making fruitcakes, y'all? I've been doing my research, and man, there are all kinds of fruitcakes that you can make out there. But the only one I ever encountered in my life was that little block that that the one that tastes like cardboard. It was bland. I mean, it was like, you don't give that to anyone. That's my thoughts on the fruitcake that I experienced in growing up. But anyway, y'all, this is what I want to say. I decided after soaking my dried fruit in that was rum, for I think it was 2 days, because I soaked it last Friday and I made my fruitcake Sunday. Well, that's what I decided to do, is to go ahead and test it out and see if I really want to make a fruitcake. Oh man, that's Jim. I wish I can put, you know what? Let me stop and say thank you for stopping and dropping in and leaving comments and all that good stuff. Welcome, 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 welcome. This is Sho Did Kitchen with Dianne Applewhite, going live. I just want to say thank you and welcome, 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 welcome again in my little part 2 of my fruitcake venture. So I decided to go ahead and do a test run with the fruitcake. Now, and I tell you, y'all, it ended up turning out pretty well, to the extent, y'all, that I am going to show you what I'm gonna, I have some here that I can show you, okay? But again, I want to say thank everyone for stopping by with this update on fruitcake, y'all. What I'm finding out is the fruitcakes that I've been researching were not the ones that were introduced or given to me growing up. So it's a variety out there. And I'm telling you, fruitcake, you either love it or you hate it. And as a matter of fact, I had told my niece that I was going to be making a fruitcake. And so she asked me later on, did you make the fruitcake? And I was like, yeah, do you like fruitcake? And immediately she was like, don't even go there. She didn't like anything, absolutely nothing whatsoever about a fruitcake, which is unfortunate, y'all, because I think my fruitcake turned out pretty well for someone who doesn't like fruitcake. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now is this is what's left, y'all. I went ahead and I made that fruitcake, and let me tell you this: I made it the way I like. I said, I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm just going to put in the colors and the things that kind of reminisce of this time of year for me growing up. Things like, everybody traditional, I did the cherries, and you're going to see, I'm going to show you what I did here in a minute, but I went ahead with the recipe and did the test run, and I actually recorded it. And I was thinking about posting it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it, y'all. We shall see. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for showing up and staying tuned to my update. But here it is. I'm finna show you what's left of this fruitcake I made, because here was the thing. When I made this fruitcake, I didn't know what to do with it. And you absolutely don't want it to go to waste. And I didn't know at the time who I could share it. But y'all, I like having things like banana bread, zucchini bread, and things like that. I don't mind having a slice of that, for breakfast with some coffee. So I decided, okay, that's what I would do with this fruitcake. I'll just keep it and just have it with some coffee as part of breakfast every day, y'all. Now, when I made this, first made this video, first made this fruitcake here, y'all, here was the thing. That alcohol, the first bite I took into that thing, you could still taste the alcohol. Now, I'm thinking it's going to bake off, but that alcohol really didn't bake off like I thought. It was pretty pronounced to me when I bit into, like, the cherry. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you right now. This is what I have left of the fruitcake, y'all, that I made. This is what I have left. It's been in the refrigerator. I've had it out all day, to bring it up to room temperature. But this is what it is. And I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it, because I've been chugging off of it a slice of it for breakfast. Not, and it's really not bad at all. So I'm absolutely impressed with it. But here it is. And what I ended up doing is just dusting it with some powdered sugar. I didn't quite know what else I wanted to do with it. But you can see here that let me stand up. You can see that I put my cherries. I got some greens, cherries, and I also added some coconut, y'all. There's some dates, some pineapple in there, pecans, walnuts, and raisins, pretty much that I can recall that's in here with this soaked fruit. And it's pretty good. It's absolutely pretty tasty. And what happened was, you could taste the liquor. I can understand why people might, prefer not to soak their fruit in alcohol. But I went ahead, y'all, and that's what I did. And this is what I end up. And I think, this fruit cake is nothing like the fruit cake that I had growing up. It's nothing like the fruit cake that was given to me at all. So I was pretty impressed with it. I think it is so absolutely so cute. Now, I had baked it in a 9x5 baking pan. So it was about this long, and this is what left. I just sliced it and I ate off of it and kind of snacked off of it too, because, it was good. I did an absolutely good job on this fruit cake. To the point, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice it right now. Get a nice little slice, because the thing what I noticed about this alcohol is that the first couple of days it was pretty pronounced, and later on in the week it wasn't. So here's the fruit cake, and it's not that traditional looking fruit cake, y'all. And I'm gonna go ahead and break a piece off, because I kind of have been waiting for it just today, y'all, because I really haven't eaten much today. And so I am going to take a bite. And y'all, this is a pretty good fruitcake. It really is. It's not dry. It's nice and moist. Absolutely delicious. Now, let me tell you what my update is. Look how pretty that is. Look, look, look. Look at that. I made my second fruitcake. As a matter of fact, I'm posting a video tomorrow. And I made a few adjustments to it, y'all. And I'm going to tell you even why I just bit into this. I'm kind of tasting the alcohol still, okay? But I'm doing another video. I did it, and I'll be posting it tomorrow. And I made a few changes with it, kind of adapted a little bit more. And I got it in the refrigerator because I'm going to freeze it simply because I know someone that's interested in giving it a taste. So, another bite, because this was pretty good. Thing is, even after a week, I'm still feeling a little bit of that rum. So if you're not into alcohol or anything like that, I understand. There is another way to make a delicious fruitcake without soaking your dried fruit in alcohol, okay? But for me, part of the holiday festivities is, a little bit here, a little bit there of something for the spirits, they call it. So I got the video coming out. I'm posting it tomorrow, and I hope you all will check it out because I made an update to it. I'm absolutely pleased with it, y'all. And I'm gonna tell you something. I did a good job on this fruitcake. If the only fruitcake is that traditional fruitcake, the one that tastes like cardboard, brick, like that, then this is worth a try, y'all. It is not too sweet. I did an absolute good job. Not dry, nice and moist. See? Not dry at all, nice and moist. And what I found, I'm learning from this experience, that a fruitcake to me is worth making because it's a great conversation piece, because it's an icebreaker, because you either love fruitcake or you hate it. It's usually no either or. Most people that I know, I don't know anyone, y'all, that like fruitcake. I guess not until they taste mine, but it's a great conversation piece, y'all. And I wouldn't mind being remembered as that auntie who brought a fruitcake knowing pretty darn well that nobody in her family, no nieces, no nephews, no uncles, no nothing, like fruitcake, but you bring that fruitcake anyhow. I think you can get some pretty good laughs bringing a fruitcake to a family gathering that nobody don't like fruitcakes. I think that was interesting. And I kind of compare it to this. Now, if any of you know anything about chitterlings, you either love them things or you hate them, but they're great conversation pieces because, you can get some conversation going just talking about it. Same thing with a fruitcake. You're going to always hear somebody, I don't want to have nothing to do with a fruitcake. But I hardly ever hear anybody say, even including myself, but I think I did say so last week, why I don't like them. But you hardly ever hear anyone say why they don't like fruitcakes, okay? But in any case, to me, a fruitcake during the holiday season is worth making because it's just a fun thing to make. The colors and everything is just a great fun thing to make, y'all. So with that being said, this is my update, and I'm running almost about 20 minutes, y'all. But this is my update on the fruitcake, and I hope that it might change somebody's mind about fruitcakes. Make your own, y'all. That's another thing. If you don't think you like, if you ever consider trying a fruitcake, try making your own. You know, then you can't be mad at nobody else but yourself for how you made it. You know what I mean? But in any case, I think I do like fruitcake, my fruitcake after today. I can no longer say I don't like fruitcake because I like my fruitcake. This is pretty good, y'all. And I tell you what, the second one that I made, because I've only made two, this is the first one. Then I got a second one. I'll be uploading that video tomorrow. And I hope you check it out to see how I made it, because I'm telling you, this is good. That one, you get better with experience. So yes, it's better, slight, a little better than this one. When I say a little better than this one, I mean, I made some adjustments. And don't get me wrong, because this is absolutely delicious to me. Just the fruit. So I know I'm rambling on, y'all. And I might be even feeling some of this alcohol, which is not my intent. But my whole point is, if you don't like soaking it in alcohol and you hear somebody say, well, the alcohol going to burn off, that's what I thought it was going to bake off. Okay? But it's still going to be pronounced enough where you will, if you eat, I've only eaten less than half of this piece. And when I say pronounced, I'm talking about to the extent where you start to feel that warmth, in your body, and that's kind of the way it is. But it doesn't last or anything like that. So if you don't want to have that effect at all, then stay away from the alcohol, because there's other ways that you can soak your fruit. And another thing I did, I was kind of curious about why people soak it in alcohol anyway. But I did a little research, and I do understand, they say it helps with the digestion of the dry fruit, and it also brings out the sweetness as well. But there are other liquids that'll do the very same thing. Another thing I want to share too is, for those of you who may not have been on the live last week, another thing I want to share is, with this alcohol, when you soak it in the alcohol, you can leave it out on the counter. Once you put it in a jar, put your dry fruit and cover it all with the alcohol, you can leave it sitting out on the counter for days, weeks, and maybe even a few months, But I wouldn't go that far out, but that's just how well it keeps with that alcohol. But I think if you're using maybe something else, a different liquid, maybe for example, like some orange juice, I don't know how well it keeps at that point. But I know you can just make your dry fruit way ahead of time. If you want to know that you're going to make some fruit cakes for somebody, you soak that dry fruit. If you're doing the alcohol, hey, ahead of time, and you got it made with your dry fruit soaked already in that alcohol. But anyway, so I am at the 23-minute mark, and again, I want to say thank you for joining me on this live. I don't want to be very long with it, because my whole point was, even if I'm ramble on about your fruitcake venture. And here's my update that I'm presenting to you about the fruitcake, y'all. And again, check out my video that I'm posting tomorrow. You're going to love it. And all I'm going to tell you is, this was my first fruitcake. But tomorrow, I'm posting my holiday fruitcake video. Until then, y'all, I want to wish you well. I'm looking at that X up there, y'all, so I know how to X out of this live, how to end it nicely, too. But anyway, I've enjoyed you all stopping by. Thank you for the comments. Check out my other videos. And y'all, I tell you, Don't be discouraged. There's some good fruitcakes out there, including mine. So I'm going to end this live. Thanks again for stopping by. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, rest of the night. Happy holidays. Enjoy the season. Try some new things, y'all. That's what this here fruitcake was about. Me trying something new. Just trying something new. Just having some fun. Trying something new because guess what? I can and so can you. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.